Can you keep certain things private, secret, and confidential when you bring a medical malpractice lawsuit in New York? Would you like to know the answer? Come join me for a walk through the neighborhood as I share with you the answer to that question. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski, a New York medical malpractice and personal injury attorney. The answer most likely is no. You won't be able to keep the details of certain things in your life secret during the course of your lawsuit. You want to know why? The reason is that when you bring a lawsuit seeking money as a form of compensation for all the harms and losses and damages that you incurred because of someone else's wrongdoing, what you are saying is that you now have suffered various injuries as a result of the carelessness by someone else. How does the defense know that what you are saying is actually true? The defense has to have an opportunity to delve into what problems you had before, if any, what problems you have now, what limitations and disabilities you have as a result of what occurred to you. And one of the ways they will do that is by asking you many, many questions about what your life was like before all of this occurred, as well as what your life is like now after this incident occurred. Likewise, you may be saying, wait a second, I'm a really private person. I don't want to share the details of my experiences and my history with some stranger when they question me during a pretrial deposition. And the reality is that when you bring a lawsuit, you are going to have to answer questions about your history. You are going to have to answer questions about things that you did in the past, even though you may believe that they are unrelated at all to the claims that you are making in this particular case. Now, why is that? It all goes to credibility. So, for example, if you had been convicted of a crime years ago and actually served time in prison or in jail, and now they ask you a simple question, hey, Mr. Jones, have you ever been convicted of a crime? If you were to say no, now the defense will have caught you in a lie. They may not realize it at that moment, but what you have done is you have likely destroyed your credibility for something that has absolutely nothing whatsoever to do with the actual facts of your case. The defense needs to know about your history, your medical history, your past surgical history. And many people are very, very private and they don't like to share those details with anyone. And they may say, why do I have to talk about my past medical history? It's none of their business. And you know what? You're absolutely right. It is none of their business. However, they have an absolute right to question you about it. They have an absolute right to get your past medical records and review them. They need to know whether you had any similar problems in the past. They need to know whether you disclosed your past medical history to your doctors who are treating you. And if they find out that your past medical history was not disclosed to your treating doctors, that, they will argue, made a significant difference in the treatment you received. And the reason why is that if, they will claim, if you had disclosed that information to the doctor who was treating you, now they would have recognized you had the following problems and they never would have recommended the following treatment for you. So it is unlikely that you are going to be able to prevent those details from coming out. It is unlikely that you are going to be able to hide those details from the defense. And it is unlikely that you are going to keep those details of your past history private and confidential and sealed without the defense ever learning about it during the course of your lawsuit. So why do I share this information with you? I share it with you just to open your eyes, to help you understand that, listen, just because something has happened to you in the past and now you've decided to bring a lawsuit against someone who is careless and now you're trying to obtain money as compensation for your injuries, your history is almost like an open book, almost. Not entirely, but almost. And the defense will have the opportunity to question you about it, to learn about it, to read about it, and they will be able to get those details so they can make a proper assessment about your credibility. They can assess whether or not you were being honest with your treating doctor. They can assess whether treatment would have been different had you disclosed certain details to your treating doctor. You know, I realize you're likely watching this because you have questions or concerns about your own matter. Well, if your matter did happen in New York and you have not yet started a lawsuit but are thinking of doing so and still have questions that need to be answered, what I invite you to do is pick up the phone and call me. You know, I answer questions like yours every single day and I'd love to chat with you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Gerry, Gerry, at Oginski-law.com. That's it for today's video. I'm Gerry Oginski. Have a fantastic day.